So, welcome to this global meditation. And today's meditation is all about helping to release the global roots and unconscious patternings that we hold collectively as a result of slavery, and to do the work that's needed for us to support ourselves and humanity at large to step into personal sovereignty, which is essentially the opposite of slavery. So I have been called to do this meditation not only because of recent events and the recent hyper focus on the transatlantic slave trade and how we need to educate ourselves about that and become aware of it in order for that quite monstrous part of our history to be really brought to the light and acknowledged fully. But also because I have energetically been working with the imprints of slavery with clients for a very long time. And I have become aware of this kind of pan-human, pan-cultural aspect of slavery, where slavery has been an aspect and an element of many societies and cultures and civilizations for many thousands of years, probably going back into more ancient times than we can even imagine. And so this wound of slavery and this unequal relationship that slavery creates, whereby one person has the legal rights and ownership over another, is such a blight upon our world and upon our sacred and sovereign humanity. And many of us hold unconscious imprints and trauma patterns which are related to our experience of slavery, not only being enslaved, but also potentially also being slave owners, slave traders. And this is a wound that we urgently need to heal in our world, not only because of what's come before and the way that we might hold historical and collective imprints as a result, but also because slavery is still alive and well today. And there are literally millions of men and women and children in the world who are subject to some form of slavery, be it trafficking, sexual slavery, bonded labor, whatever it might be. And so I want to dedicate this global meditation to all of those whose ancestors have been enslaved, who have been enslaved along their multiple lifetimes and bear imprints of that, and all of those who are currently enslaved. So as you know, if you've attended one of these global meditations before, when we connect, we create a really powerful grid of light, intentionality, and healing. And that grid of light expands all over our world and has the capacity and the potential to impact everybody on the planet. So when we come together today, let's really hold in our hearts really whatever deep desire and personal intentionality we have around dissolving the imprints, the personal and multi-generational collective trauma of slavery and slavery consciousness, so that we can begin to create a new world which is based on human sovereignty. And that is the recognition of the inviolable sacredness and right of every human life. So just take a moment to settle into the space where you're seated or where you are. And take some deep breaths into your lower belly. And feel your whole spine lengthening and expanding as your breath deepens in and down into your lower belly and your pelvis. And that filling with the breath causes your whole body to feel its strength and its presence and its alignment. And take a moment to now gather yourself here into this space of your body. So perhaps you've been scattered. There have been many things happening today before you came to sit down for this meditation. And I invite you to now just call in any pieces of your energy, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your attention that have been scattered or focused on other things, so that you can bring all of that back to you. And just feel the energy shift in your body as you welcome back all the pieces of yourself. And just allow yourself to relax into the physical body and the sacred space where you are. And as you relax, become aware of the beautiful group of souls around you who are meditating with you or who have meditated with you. Become aware that you are connecting to a grid or a matrix that's extending all over the world and really creating a beautiful blanket of light around the world, which is full of such pure light and intentionality for humanity and the earth at this time. And feel yourself connecting and being part of this. Not only connecting to the people who may be meditating in real time with you, but to this incredible network of human souls that are all working in their own unique way towards our awakening as a species and as a collective. So feel that beautiful connection and allow yourself to just receive some of the wonderful light and sustenance of the beautiful grid of light that we're all connected to, and that is holding and sustaining all the cataclysmic, seismic shifts that are going on in our world right now. Let's reconnect with our intention for this global meditation to be a focused moment of energetic shift and healing that is happening through our bodies and through our beings, that is working its way into the body of the earth, and that is being made available to anybody who is ready to receive it. As we make our intention to use this meditational space to clear the old imprints and trauma patterns of slavery, so that we can embrace and nurture our sovereign selves and a sovereign humanity based on healthy, respectful, and non-exploitative relationships. And just allow that intentionality to bed into your system for a moment. And if there's any additional words or images that come into your mind around this intention, just take a moment to embrace them. So now I'm going to invite you to become aware of your whole energy system, of the beautiful vertical construct of light that you in fact are, that has a heavenly or cosmic source in your higher self, the soul seed, the part of you that is eternally aware. At all the multidimensional levels of your being that arrive in your body and are expressed through your body and then down into the earth through all the parts of you that are deeply rooted and connected in with the earth herself. So if you like, you can imagine a beautiful tube of light that extends all the way up above your head, up into an infinity above you, and then all the way down, right into the center of the earth, allowing your energy to fuse with the core of the earth herself. So as we heal the old trauma imprints and patterns of slavery, we're going to be calling that they clear and heal at every single layer of our self, our multidimensional connected self, at every single layer, from the highest realms of our existence all the way down to our deepest roots within the earth and through our physical and emotional bodies. Now, as you're becoming aware particularly of the aspect of your energy that flows down into the earth and fuses with the earth's core, I invite you to begin to become aware of the roots of humanity. So your energy system leads right down into a very, very complex and deep energy layer under the earth, where we hold our collective roots, where the earth has stored the memory of our history, of all the layers of civilization upon civilization, culture upon culture. And I invite you to connect with the part of that memory that's particular to you, and to start connecting with and acknowledging any kind of memory of slavery that needs to be acknowledged and felt by you personally. So this is going to be different for everybody. I'm going to invite you not to question the memories too much, because slavery has taken many forms and we've all played different roles in systems of slavery. So I invite you simply to allow up and in whatever memories and feelings and impressions you need to receive. And if some of those memories are challenging or painful, just breathe with me. Because all we're doing is calling them up so that they can be cleansed. And I invite you, as these deep memories come up, to simply allow them to release into this greater light of your being, as if they're like smoke that's just dissipating and disappearing. Now I invite you equally to call up any collective memories that you may be connected to on some level. And as you do, I want you to feel how your presence, your soul self, this tube of light, this entire presence is a healing energy. It's a clearing energy. And so really now ask for any memories and imprints in the deep realms of the earth's roots, the collective roots, that are ready now to be released through you, to simply come up. And just know that the presence of your being and your intentionality for this to heal and release is enough for these memories to start dispersing, releasing, and dissolving. As we do this, I want to name some of the forms of slavery that may come up for you and for us collectively. So there may be bonded labor, or a slavery around being on the land, working the land, or a slavery around building, or slavery around sex and sexuality. Or slavery to debt and being in debt. Or the particular slavery that is being forced into battle as a soldier, being a military slave. Being a slave of the mind, controlled mentally, emotionally by other people. As we acknowledge these different forms, I really invite you now to shine your healing light into the collective roots even further. Imagine that your healing light now is just spreading through the roots of the earth into where all of these memories are stored. And it's shining exactly where it needs to go. So perhaps it's shining into your ancestral roots and into all the ways in which your ancestors have experienced slavery in whatever role they've taken. And just take a moment to acknowledge whatever ancestral imprints and memories may be coming up. And just call on those memories to dissolve, because the earth doesn't want to hold them anymore. All they're doing is just keeping us in an old paradigm of slavery, old memory to which we've been bound and locked. And now spread that healing light just even further to the collective, to perhaps the memories of your people, your village, your nation, your race. And just allow your healing light, your presence and your intention to meet and release whatever's ready to be released in this wider sphere of the earth's memories. light and intentional light to just come into your body and heal any imprints in your body. Any emotional traces or memories that you hold in your DNA. The fear and shame and lack of authority, of being enslaved. And also, if this is relevant to you, of the emotionality of believing that you can enslave others and believing that you have the right to that and feeling entitled to it. If that feels like it's in your soul story, I invite you to dissolve it at a cellular level, down to the DNA. Now I'm going to invite you to release yourself from any residual contracts that you have been bound to. So slavery has always happened through contracts. Contracts of control, of ownership, of submission, of subservience. And so it's possible that your soul carries many contracts related to the energy of slavery. Whether it's individual slavery of you being owned by another or you owning another individual, or collective slavery. A whole nation, a whole people being enslaved. And I invite you to make a really clear intention now that any contract of slavery that has allowed you to be enslaved or in subservience, or that has allowed you to enslave, now be dissolved and released from anywhere in your entire multi-dimensional body that it needs to be released from. And just notice the feelings in your body as you do this. Because it's possible that you are still carrying contracts from many lifetimes ago, or that were placed upon you at birth in your culture. So really feel all these old contracts. They might be with individuals, with religious authorities, with governments. Just being freed from your body, from your whole multidimensional self. Just respond to what's happening in your body as you do that. And as you're doing this, you may notice certain imprints coming up and out of your physical body. might, for example, see chains coming up or ropes, things that have tied you or bound you. And if that's the case for you, and it's absolutely fine if it's not something that you're sensing, just call for those imprints that are still in your physical body, memories in your physical body, to be released. And call for any wounding or trauma that's still held at a cellular level, at a DNA level, to be released from your body, from your emotional body, from the waters of your body, from the memories of your body. And just be aware that there may be very deep, multi-lifetime imprints, emotional states coming up and out for clearing. Just be aware of them, whether it's an image or a feeling or a knowing, however you're experiencing them. And I now invite you to call healing light, your intentionality and presence, just to flow into your brain and your nervous system and any part of you that may carry belief systems around slavery. Belief systems or individual beliefs that have normalized the state of slavery. Whether an individual slavery or a collective slavery. And just call that light to release any thoughts or beliefs. For example, that I may be owned by others, or I may own others. Let these go out. And as you're doing this, there is just so much healing light starting to expand out through you. And it's being made available to the physical bodies here and now of all and any human being who is ready to receive it. So feel your intentionality spreading through our grid, our beautiful grid of love around the planet, and through that grid being available to anyone who wants to receive this intentionality into their body, into their cells, into their bones, into their roots, into their multidimensional being. Have a sense of where that healing light is going. Perhaps you're becoming aware of individuals that you know and love receiving this. Perhaps you're aware of people who you do not know receiving this. Just witness as this light is received by whoever needs it. This light is being shone into the physical bodies and energetic bodies of so many people around the world who are ready to release these imprints. And I invite you to make a declaration in your own heart, in your own way, that your sovereign being is now free of any imprint of slavery, and that you are here to truly inhabit your own autonomy and your own divinity. So in these highest reaches of your highest self, this soul seed that is ever present and eternal, you carry the codes and the information of human sovereignty, of who we are meant to be, of our incredible natural state of freedom and creative expression and joy that is our birthright and that has been taken away for so long. I'm going to invite you now to call down these codes from the highest reaches of your highest self and allow them to flow down into your body, through every cell of your body, down your spine, allow these memories and codes of your sovereignty to flow down all the way through and down into your roots, so that the individual roots of your being can be infused with these codes of your sovereignty. And so that that light can begin to inform the collective roots of humanity, can begin to further and deeper cleanse the old memories of slavery-based worlds that were created and are now defunct. Feel these codes, this light, this beauty that you are, this integrity that you are, flowing, cascading down all the way from your higher self to the core of the earth, so it can root there and anchor. Feel yourself being anchored. Feel your body being supported by this anchoring light. And as you do this, you are, through your connection to this grid of light that we inhabit, calling at a soul level for so many more souls to do the same. And so simply bear witness as others around you, known and unknown, connecting with us consciously or unconsciously, feel their own sovereign seed self cascading and flowing down into them and anchoring in the earth, helping this ongoing work of deleting the old paradigm of slavery, moving us into collective, individual sovereignty. And whatever love, whatever healing, whatever intentionality you would now like to personally add into this meditation for yourself and for the collective, I invite you to now quietly hold that space. Perhaps there's healing you want to send to particular people or a particular group of people. Just create that quiet space now. When you feel ready, allow yourself back into an awareness of your physical body. Just gently touch your skin. Gently squeeze your hands. Gently squeeze your toes. You may want to connect with your feet and your legs in order to really ground your awareness down into your body. And take a moment to really honor and thank yourself for participating in this meditation, in this act of liberation. And before we finish up, I would invite us to hold a space of incredible love and compassion for all of those who are still impacted by slavery today. In all of its shapes and forms. Let's hold a collective intention that our earth can be free of this pattern. we can build a new world based on the understanding and respect of individual life and its value. Honoring all beings, all souls, equally.